Should we do, huh? What are you thinking? Well, today is the day that Nick and I met 2 years ago, and it's also the day that my father passed away. So, it's a bittersweet day, and Zelle's being really strange about it. She's been really weird. So, I still am gonna work today because I have to work on some Yetis. I'm gonna still work today, but I'm about to go out and get some donuts and kolaches, I think, for breakfast, and I'm gonna bring Zelle with me. But I haven't been bringing her in the car lately because I just got it detailed, and so it's like perfectly clean and everything. So I'm gonna get some blankets. I'm gonna get a blanket and I'm gonna put it down. Oh look, my blanket from Big Brother. And I'm gonna put it down in the front seat so she can ride with me because she deserves to have a good day too, because she definitely had a rough day 2 years ago. And dogs are so weird. It's like they can sense this stuff. I don't know. So I'm gonna put this down in my car and I'm going to bring her on a ride with me. She loves going on rides with me, but I just haven't been taking her because she has black hair and it gets all over my seats, and I have like crappy beige seats and everything gets on them. So I'm gonna wear my skinny girl sunglasses because I don't feel like finding mine. I lose them all the time. So, okay. All right, so are you ready? Stay though, you can't. I saw a donut place right in this general area. I'm gonna be sad if I didn't. I guess that was just a bakery. No. Oh, Shipley's. Yes. I love Shipley's. Thank you for waiting for Mommy. So I got some sausage, cheese, and jalapeno kolaches, and you guys, I got 12. I got a dozen donuts. That's just what happens whenever you're having a day like this and you're pregnant. And I do have a husband at home. Geez, look how big this is. So, for those of you who don't know, my dad passed away 2 years ago today. It's January 31st. And I was in Houston, and my dad and I were kind of in like a little bit of an argument. And we usually talk every single day, but for some reason we hadn't been talking these days, like in which he passed away. I would have known sooner, but I didn't because we weren't talking really. I was in Houston, he was out at the ranch because he lived out at the ranch by himself. And that night, the night of January 31st is when I met Nick. And I still hadn't found out about my dad yet. We didn't find out until a couple days later just because nobody really knew because he lived by himself. So he had gone a few days without talking to anybody, but nobody really thought it was that big of a deal. And finally, I'm the one who called one of his friends and asked to go check on him because I hadn't heard from him. And so they went and checked on him, and he had passed away. He had a brain aneurysm. After they did the autopsy, they found out that he had a brain aneurysm on the morning of January 31st. So, I had no clue. So I found out a couple days later. Well, it turns out that Zelle was in the house with him once he had passed away. Zelle was in the house with him for, I think, 4 days before somebody came. And so she was really traumatized when I got her. She had lost a lot of hair. She had lost a ton of weight. She was really sick. So today, for both of us, is not our favorite day. Zelle lived with me until I moved into a house that had another dog that wouldn't get along with my dog. And so Zelle was gonna live on the ranch with my dad until I moved into a new house where that dog didn't live. And that was like my only living option at the time because it was during college. And so she was living out there with my dad. She hadn't really lived with him for that long at this point. So I think like maybe 1 or 2 years, 2 years maximum she'd been out there. And so as soon as I had found out what had happened, I obviously went and got Zell and she came to live with me. And to be honest guys, I wanted Zell to come back because I had moved, after Big Brother, I had moved into a new apartment, and I wanted to go get Zell because Zell's my dog. She was my dog for, you know, she's 5 now, so she was my dog before, and I'd wanted to go get her, but my dad lived by himself and he was so lonely, and he had told me, like, I love Zell so much, she makes me so happy, and he lived out there by himself. So I didn't want to take away his only companion out there, or else I would have gone and got Zell a lot sooner. So I don't know, I left her out there for longer because my dad he loved her and wanted to be with her, and she made him happy, and I loved my dad so much that anything that would make him happy I would do, even though it was really hard for me to be separated from Zell, because Zell's like the love of my life. So I got Zell back, and that is what happened. That was 2 years ago today. So I found out on October 4th, and I immediately went out to the ranch and got Zell, obviously, and then we had a funeral, and then we went out to the ranch, and a lot of people came out, and we had a bonfire, and it was actually a really nice service, and it was a really nice funeral, and we had a really nice like time at the ranch afterwards, and yeah, it's still really sad. It doesn't get easier, but in a way, it does and it doesn't get easier. Like, a day doesn't go by. A day doesn't go by that I don't think about him. But time helps a little bit. I think I've made a happy husband. I got you 2 of them.
Are they jalapeno?
There's sausage, cheese, and jalapeno, and sausage and cheese. I got 4. I ate 2 of them. And then let's check these out. I got 6 chocolate, 3 cherry, and 3 glazed. I know that's a little bit overboard, but it's gonna be one of those days, I think. And Duchess is in the flowers. I got some flowers I'm gonna put together, and I also got some tickets. There's like 117 million in the Powerball power play. No, and a solid gold, and I hit 200,000, so maybe I'll get lucky, because these are dying. It looks nice on this side, actually. Maybe I'll keep a few of them and put them in my other pail, but the hydrangeas always die so soon. So maybe I can probably work with some of these that are still alive. Like, wow, these things last a long time. I'll keep those. Aww, it's pretty. Oh, that makes me really happy. What do you guys think? These are the flowers that are still alive from my last bouquet that we got on Monday, and it's now Sunday, so 7 days later. And I always put these in a specific place in my house. I'll show you guys in a minute. But now it's time to make my yellow rose bouquet. At my wedding, I had a yellow rose, I had a yellow rose dedicated memory table for my dad, and I made a boutonniere, or had a boutonniere made for him, and it was a yellow rose, and I really thought it was really cool. So today I got a bouquet of yellow roses among some white hydrangea, and I think I got, let me see, I'm not sure if I remember exactly. Okay, what do you think, guys? Does that look nice? Okay, here's my new bouquet. This will stay in here in the kitchen on this center table here on the island. And here is my salvaged bouquet. So I'll show you, I told you guys I would let you know where I put this one in my house. The big bouquet, if we ever have one, it stays on the big island. This one goes in here in the entryway. And I like to put it right there. So, move that over. This is like a Western mirror that we got in Mexico, and it was in the ranch house, so we have it in our house now. Okay, so this is our entry table. So when you walk in, there's a pretty bouquet right there. I guess I could move them like... That's nice. Yeah, I like that too. In the front, what'd you do? Something happened. Did you push something?
Push anything. It's not showing your mileage.
Well, that's strange because every time
and your maintenance sign is on.
Is
that little wrench means that there's a maintenance issue.
Wait. Did you turn off? You put the parking brake off?
Yes, the parking brake's off. There's 3 things wrong with your car right now. You have your airbag sign is on, your maintenance sign is on, which is a little wrench, and it's not showing your mileage.
This is the first time that's happened because when I just went to go pick you up from leaving your car to get detailed, none of that was on. So literally that just happened when we got in the car. That wasn't like that, or else, well, that wasn't like that, or else I would have known. Oh my gosh, look at all that trash. I would have known, honey. Can go straight. Go straight.
How is it? Why is it just on? And it says 0 miles. Look, it says we're going 0 miles an hour. There's something
okay, okay. We need to pull over.
Obviously.
You had to have done something to it because it never does it.
What the hell have I done? All I did was pull out of the gas, or out of the...
Well, when you turned it on, you must have done something strange.
Hopefully it starts up.
Yeah. See, you must have done something strange when you turned it on. Sounds really loud trying to get started. Was it hard to start?
Huh?
Was it hard like when you started driving?
Well, maybe that's just your car compared to my car, but your mileage is up and you're only 2,000 miles over when you were supposed to get your oil changed. So that's not good.
Well, I have been very busy. Is my car working now?
Yeah, now it's fine.
I think our waiter might know I'm pregnant because this is a little bit excessive. This cheese is so good. It's called queso compuesto. Have you tasted it yet?
Yeah.
Is it good? Mine is a huge plate. This is called like the Elvis Presley Memorial Plate, and it comes with a taco. Guys, I'm not gonna be able to eat this. So, 2 years ago when you met me, I do want to hear like your actual version of how that happened.
Okay. Well, we're at a bar called the Dogwood here in Houston, Texas. And I went to the bar with one of my friends who I met down here. And we were on the prowl. Stood up when he tells it in front of me, but not for the world. Okay, keep going. And I tried to talk to you and you wouldn't pay any attention to me. So then finally, after about 15 minutes, maybe even longer than that, you turned around and then you saw how good looking I was. So you started talking to me, and I just remember you had a bunch of stitches on your lip from your previous boyfriend.
Nick, what did I actually have stitches on my lip from?
You had a birth defect that you had removed.
I did not have a birth defect.
You had some kind of a tumor in your head.
Guys, I had a blood vessel that was like trauma to a blood vessel, and I had to have it like stitched, and it was like a weird thing. I didn't.
You had a lip injection that went bad.
I didn't have a lip injection.
And it blew your bottom lip off, almost off.
The story was they knew of a party that was going on. Him and his friend knew about a party that was going on,
which was probably fabricated,
which was completely made up, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, they were like trying to get us to go back with them or whatever. So I thought that we were legit going to a party or like to an after bar or something like that, and we ended up going back to their apartment, and I'm like, how did we get here?
Yep.
And then there was no toilet paper.
Earlier that week, I broke a glass on the floor, so there was glass on the floor that I thought I cleaned up, but she was walking around barefoot and cut her foot on the glass on the floor. And so then I pulled out the piece of glass with some tweezers and gave her a Band-Aid, and then observed her unmanicured feet, and her big toenail was missing.
That is so not true at all.
It is.
That is nowhere near true. I had one of my toenails didn't have polish on it, and Nick thought that because it was like messed up, or I did something to it, and it was
all cattywampus. That's what reeled her in, hook, line, and sinker. I told her she needed to get a manicure or a pedicure, so whichever one's your feet on.
But did you think 2 years later that you would have this
the story's not over. Then you left, and then what happened? The next morning when you woke up.
The next morning I woke up and I had. Where are we going?
I want to go get my car.
Do you think it's ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next morning I wake up, Colette and I were staying in a hotel in Houston, and because I didn't live here yet, and Colette and I were staying in a hotel, and I woke up the next morning and my phone was going off like some weird like ringtone that I'd never heard before, and so I go to like pick up my phone and see who it is, and it's like Nick with like 17 hearts and like a special text tone and vibration pattern, like the most psycho thing I've ever done, and I was ashamed of myself.
Grade A clinger.
He texted me the next morning to ask me about my toenail or something. It was like rude. Colette and I ordered room service breakfast, and the rest is history.
Because that is crucial to the story, that you and Colette ordered room service.
So, did you think 2 years later from that faithful night that, oh, we did kiss that night? Do you remember that, Nick?
Yeah, I said that in the story earlier.
You said that we kissed?
Yeah, I said even though you had the Frankenstein lip, I still kissed you.
Oh, I thought you said you still thought I was beautiful.
Well, I said that too.
But I want to know, did you think that 2 years later you would have this big bump over here, and, you know, did you think that we'd be married and have a house and a baby on the way and a dog and a cat?
Nope, I did not. Just kidding.
I didn't think that we would, so.
Well, I didn't think it would happen so quickly, but when you know, you know.
Those are wide words, Nicholas. Okay, well, I'm all tucked in bed. Nick is too, but he just goes, I don't want to do this. So he doesn't want to participate in the ending of my vlog today. But we just got in bed, and I've been having Nick apply the tummy rub butter.
Can
you hand it to me, please? He applies this to my belly at bedtime. People say to put this in front of my face and then it'll focus. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try doing this with products from now on. There you go. You can't see my face. So Maybe it focused. Won't know until I edit it. But he applied that to my belly and he goes, what did you say? It was stupid. He goes, oh, you have a love trail. And I said, no, that's the linea nigra. And he goes, no, it's okay, I have one too. I hope he doesn't have one. I don't know, I guess it was funnier when it happened, but it was funnier when it happened, but he was making fun of my linea nigra. No, stop, Nick, seriously, God, what is wrong with you? I will put you in this video if you don't. Nick? My husband just put his Bluetooth on in bed.
So I can listen to this video.
Guys, my life is very exciting. Anyway, so Nick was making jokes about the linea nigra. He's calling it my love trail. And he tries to make me feel better by saying that he has one too. What? Oh my gosh. I just had like a sharp pain. Well, I've been thinking about what I'm going to talk about in my video on Wednesday because I don't, like, not that much stuff has happened this week. Maybe. Nick is watching something on his phone, don't mind him. I don't know what I'm going to have to talk about. I'm sure I'll have a bunch of stuff by the time Wednesday rolls around, but I am, like, this week has been so chill. Not that much has happened this week. But anyway, thanks for watching my vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you'll be able to know, you'll know first whenever my videos get uploaded. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.